Hi, welcome to Wine School. This week we're going to be talking about rosé wine. In past classes we've talked about tasting wine and we've talked about the difference between some different wines and why they're all different. This week we're just going to talk about pink wine. Most people, I think of pink wine as white Zinfandel, but just to let you know, you see a variety of pink wines here in front of me, and none of these are actually white Zinfandel. And probably one of the most important things to remember off the bat is that while most white Zinfandel is a little bit sweet, these wines here in front of me are completely dry. So a really different style of rosé that's become really, really popular in the past 5 years or so, and becoming more and more popular. And there are more and more styles coming on the market. So some of the probably most popular pink wines outside of white Zinfandel come from an area of France where these two wines come from, called Provence. A very romantic part of southern France down on the Mediterranean. They eat lots of seafood and shellfish and bouillabaisse. And the classic wines to drink with them are these pink wines that are made from the grapes grown in the region. Syrah, Grenache, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cinsault, and Carignan, just to name a few. But here we have two. This first one here is made by Charles Bieler, who's actually a New Yorker. He lives here in New York, but he makes wine all around the world. And this one he makes in the Coteaux d'Aix-en-Provence. And it's a blend of Syrah and Grenache and Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's completely dry, but nice and fruity and nice and crisp. It's a great summer wine. Here we have another one called Mas de Gourgagné that comes from the Beau de Provence, which is just a little slightly different area, but also in that beautiful part of Provence on the Mediterranean. Then also in France we have classically lots of rosés from the Loire Valley. A few classes ago we talked about some Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire Valley, and we talked about Sancerre. Well, here we have some Sancerre Rosé. So in Sancerre, Sauvignon Blanc is the white grape and Pinot Noir is the red grape, and this rosé style, pink style, is made from Pinot Noir as well. Just about, 100 miles away, maybe not even quite so far away, in a little town called Bourgogne, which is also in the Loire, they make rosé wines from Cabernet Franc, which is one of the grape varieties from Bordeaux, but here in a nice, crisp, juicy, dry rosé. Now outside of France, and there is a lot more rosé that is made in France, but this is what we have to show today. We have some wines that are made very much like the Provençal wines, but this one here is made in California. This one is made by a winery called A Donkey and a Goat, which is kind of funny. A little bit of a reference maybe to some foods that go well with the wine. Not that you're always going to eat donkey, but we certainly could eat some goat. And lamb would probably be a better choice than donkey to go along with this wine. But a nice summery rosé, so maybe some lamb burgers, some grilled merguez sausages would be really nice with that. And then we're going to go to Spain. Spain makes tons and tons and tons of pink wine. And some of my favorite come from this area here, which has become popular in the last 3 or 4 years. And the area is called Chacolí, or Chacolina. And there's 3 little subregions, and this particular one comes from Bizkaiko-Chacolina. This is a very light, fresh rosé that's a little lower in alcohol, about 11.5%, compared to the 12.5% to 13.5% we're finding over here. So it's light and kind of spritzy and very juicy and almost tart, made from some weird grapes, so we don't need to remember that, but it's called Chacolina. Looks very funny, but tastes very good. And then we have another little area just off the coast of Spain, also near Valencia, in a little area called Jumilla. And here they use Monastrell, which is Mourvedre, one of the grapes that we see over here sometimes. They call it Monastrell, but also with some Syrah. So this is a Monastrell and Syrah rosé from Jumilla, Spain, so sort of the southeastern part of Spain. And then last but not least, a sparkling wine, Cava. This is Spain's answer to Champagne. This is made from Pinot Noir and Chardonnay grapes. So it's a little pink from the Pinot Noir, and this comes from an area that's very close to Barcelona. So if you go up there and you go traveling around to different tapas bars, you'll probably have a glass of cava every place you go, and some of them will be pink, just like this one, nice and dry. So I've shown you a whole range of rosés here, from French rosés to American rosés to Spanish rosés, and there are rosés you can find the world over, and one of the best things I like about them, besides the fact that they're very food friendly, is that they're not expensive. These range from $12 to $24 a bottle, and most of them in the $12 to $16 range, with just a couple, like the little specialty here, and one of the other ones is about $20, but other than that, they're about $12 to $15. So easy to enjoy and easy on the pocketbook. So thank you for joining us this week. Come and join us again at Maslow 6 Wine School. You can follow us on Facebook and on Twitter as well.